Hello everyone, welcome to Conjunctions in Astrology. Rahu, the north node of the moon, in conjunction with the moon. On this video I'm discussing for you all the ramifications of this very important and karmic conjunction. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Let's begin. First of all, we need to consider what is a conjunction in astrology, because although Rahu conjuncts the moon actually once in every month, you may not actually have this conjunction. A conjunction in the ancient Vedic system is about planets being in the same sign together, because a sign equals a house. So, if two or more planets are in the same sign, no matter how far apart they are by degree, they are in conjunction. But if one planet is 29 degrees of one sign, let's say, and the other planet at 0 of the next sign, that's not a conjunction, even though they are only 1 degree apart in space, because they are in different signs, therefore different houses, with a completely different lord. Another point to consider is the nakshatra. If planets are in a different nakshatra but in the same sign, are they still forming conjunction? Most definitely they are, because the nakshatra just gives them an internal experience, but they're still in the same sign, they're still sharing the experience of that house, and they are still in a conjunction. So if Rahu and the moon are in conjunction in your chart, in the same sidereal sign, this is very powerful for your destiny. It contains element of a Pitra dosh, but at the same time of a Shakti yoga. So let's look first of all at the energies involved. Who is Rahu? Rahu, commonly known as a north node of the moon, is a shadow planet. His nature is that of a demoniac being, and his purpose is to keep us entwined in this material Maya illusion. He is doing this so that only those who are truly worthy will attain liberation. To fulfill this purpose, Rahu will give you the lust for material name and fame. In fact, no one is more likely to give you more power, success than Rahu, which is why he represents politics. He will give you intelligence to manipulate the material elements. He takes you to foreign land and culture. With this high intelligence, you will also be prone to disguise, cheating, gambling, recklessness, cunning and harsh speech, and all forms of deception. Worst case, he rules suicidal tendency, great fears, obsession, and drug addiction. He also represents all non-human beings, and in this way, to avoid the wrath of Rahu, we have to watch our ethics in regard to them at all times. And who then is the moon, known as Chandra in the Vedic system? This is a very gentle graha. The moon sees no enemies himself. He is friendly to all. He represents the 4th house in the chart, the mother, the land, the country, the home. He in fact represents society itself, a feeling of inclusivity, belonging, security, and happiness. The moon represents our DNA program, actually, by which we will undertake our karmas in this life. He represents the food that we eat and the health of our body, and most importantly, the changeable emotions we all experience. He is the mind itself, which of course is more difficult to control than the wind. So when Rahu comes together with Chandra, the moon, we should know straight away that Chandra is at a disadvantage here, because Rahu is an extreme enemy. He swallows the moon. He eclipses the moon. This is a very common aspect. Once a month, everybody is born with the moon conjunct Rahu. In this way, when Rahu is eclipsing our mind, our emotions, our sense of thinking and planning, we can see that so many areas of our life will be impacted if we are born with this Rahu Moon conjunction. Of course, some people born on Moon Rahu will also be born on eclipse. How do you know? If the sun is in the same sign as Moon Rahu, you're born on a solar eclipse. And if the sun is in the opposite sign, you're born on a lunar eclipse. So check that out. If you are born on an eclipse, your life is very dramatic. There is great power given to you, but you can go to the heights and the depths in this very lifetime. Now, for everybody with this powerful combination Moon Rahu, you should know it is a Pitra dosh. Pitra dosh means there is a curse from the ancestors, because the moon is family ancestors being swallowed up by Rahu. Don't be afraid of this. It means that you will have some disturbance in your family relations for sure, and a difficult factor comes with the mother. I will talk about that later. But you should also know that Rahu gives power to the moon in a special yoga known as Shakti Yoga. Now, you may have read that Shakti Yoga can only happen when there are certain house placements, combinations, etc. in the chart. But I have seen there is an element of this power combination with everybody, regardless of house or sign, with this moon Rahu. It gives you a power to control your mind as equally as you are apparently losing control of it. But one thing for sure, Moon Rahu must be remedied. Everybody, no matter what the good aspects, no matter what the house placement, Moon Rahu, the moon is being diminished by this and therefore needs to be brought out of this situation. I will give you at the end of the video a most special remedy. I promise you it's very different. You need to try this out because moon must be strengthened in this combination. One of the first things to be seen with anybody with Moon Rahu is an obsessional nature. You obsess over everything, over your work, your friends, your relationships, your problems, anything, even politics. Rahu rules politics. Once your mind gets into something, you cannot let it go. It becomes emotional. It becomes personal. But although you are obsessing over things, your mind is still volatile, very impressionable, and this is the problem. You suck up the psychic energy of everybody who you meet. So if you surround yourself with negative people, you can really do yourself damage in this life. You suck up all of that negative energy. It's so important, I've seen, with a Moon Rahu conjunction, that you surround yourself as much as you can with positive people. If there are malefics particularly afflicting this Moon Rahu, there can be definite mental health problems. There can be depression, a deep depression, anxiety problems, phobias, obsessional compulsive disorders. Many disorders can be there, but even if there are no malefics, there is some element of mental health issue which has to be seen to at some time in the life. Because as I say, the mind is so fragile and so volatile with this combination. It goes without saying there can be many addictions with this Moon Rahu. They are commonly seen, particularly because the moon rules food addictions, anorexia, lack of appetite, lack of eating, compulsive eating, bulimia, they're all there. But also drug addiction, alcoholism. What you have to note is that the Shakti inherent, though, in this Moon Rahu means that despite these horrifying addictions, people with this Moon Rahu can completely cleanse themselves, turn themselves around in the most dramatic way and heal themselves of these addictions once they apply the power that Rahu is actually also giving to the moon. Now, because the moon represents society, it's definitely certain that Rahu Moon will rebel in some way against the norms of society. You want to go your own way, do something different. Very often you will rebel against family, against societal norms in some way. It's a very dramatic life often seen with this Moon Rahu. Now, because the moon represents the early childhood environment and the mother, Rahu disturbs this connection and the whole childhood experience. I've seen many factors. I've seen abandonment, adoption. I've seen a mother who is an alcoholic herself, a mother who is disturbed in some way, a mother who is emotionally not available. It mightn't be so dramatic, but you are not getting that deep nurturance from the mother. There is some obstruction. Sometimes with a really positive aspect. Mother is a very special person, very dramatic, has a strong influence on your life. So you have to see these aspects also. But generally, the mother bond is in some way disturbed by this Rahu moon. If you are female, you may experience difficulties in childbirth yourself or some difficulty bonding with at least one child. But again, there's so much else you have to see in your chart to confirm this. One thing for sure though, the moon is the female energy and Rahu is amplifying it. So females with this moon Rahu attract men, attract attention to themselves. They can be very much seductive. They don't even realize the power they have. So you have to use this attractive power carefully. It can be for good or ill in your life depending on the situation in your chart. For both male and female, deep, changeable and volatile emotions can give disturbance in personal relationships. There is a need for complete honesty, openness and clarity, or there can be a great deal of disturbance there. But let's get to the positive factors, everybody. You see, Rahu is amplifying the intuition and the psychic impressionability of the moon. You can become a medium. You can get in touch with other worlds with this. But again, always be careful with these occult sciences. One thing for sure, though, you are impressionable and you are able to sense what is to come. I've seen many people with this moon Rahu have an intuitive sense of what the future holds. It's very strong indeed. In a mundane sense, the impressionability of Moon Rahu makes you a superb actor. You can act almost any role and totally take hold of it. This can get you fame, notoriety, because Moon Rahu gets you noticed. People become extremely popular. People like Moon Rahu people. You attract people to you, whether you are male or female. You can also get success in writing, media career, any career in fact which brings you in front of the public is going to open the door for success for you. Now, Moon Rahu has a dramatic effect on the sign and house placement. Looking at the signs, the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn can contain some of the disturbances of this combination most clearly. They can actually get on top of the difficulties sometimes more easily. The earth signs also, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Moon Rahu can bring out some really great talent in these signs. But the fire signs and the water signs become difficult. In the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, there will be a great deal of dramatic change in their life. The life is dramatic, unusual, even strange in some way. There is so much foreign travel, so much movement. It's just one big drama from one moment to the next. And you've got to try to slow down. Everything becomes over the top so easily. In the water signs, the impressionability of the mind is dramatically impacted because of the sensitivity of these signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You need to get this moon remedy going as soon as possible because you are easily influenced by other people, easily taken down the wrong route in life. But you have so much talent, so much emotional caring to give. When you can strengthen your mind, you can become very successful. Watch out for the addictive tendency though. Next are houses. If you have Moon Rahu in the 1st, 4th, 7th, 10th Kendra, you have a Shrapic Dosh also because Ketu is in the opposite house. So check out the videos on my channel, Rahu Ketu through the houses, to see what this very dramatic karmic access means. Because Rahu is feeding into this axis, dramatically impacting. In the 1st house, 7th house, it's impacting relationships. The major thing is cooperation. You are reluctant sometimes to cooperate with this Rahu placement. You need to think about that a little more deeply. Relations with foreigners can impact you strongly. Foreign land, often you can find a partner, some of you. 4th house, 10th house, mother relationship, early family background, very disturbed. Finding peace in your domestic life becomes hard, but you can get fame with a 10th house Moon Rahu, even notoriety in the workplace. Watch out for that also. You have a great public persona. Moon Rahu in the 2nd house can disturb your eating. It can give you eating disorders, addictions, digestive problems, everything. You need to watch out for that. It can also disturb early family life, but you can have dramatic increase in wealth also. Moon Rahu 3rd house, sibling relationships are disturbed, particularly early in life. But there can be real support from your siblings if you will only take it. Some of you. You have a great communication style, really tuning into what public want. You can get media success with this. Now, Moon Rahu in the 5th house of your chart, in a good sign, as I've just explained, can give you this powerful Shakti Yoga to the utmost possibility. It's extremely strong. Your creative ability is second to none. You come through any difficulty with more strength, no matter what you have to face. There will be difficulties in childbirth, some of you, difficulties with children, but nonetheless, the power of this Shakti Yoga can dramatically increase success in your life. Check where the Lord of the 5th has gone to see more about this. Moon Rahu 6th house, like the 2nd house, there can be food problems, addictions to certain substances, but you have the great power to transform yourself, overcome all of these problems. Digestive issues also. You are very sensitive to everything which you take in, so be careful of that. Also, because the sixth house represents small animals, particularly pets, there can be a great empathy with small animals, a great helping, compassionate nature to them, which will be fortunate for you. Moon Rahu, 8th house, can give sudden shifts in your business affairs. You've got to be open, above board at all times. Any nefarious activity will immediately be found out. But great wealth can sometimes come to you after marriage. In this house also, Moon Rahu can be very talented in research activities and has a great interest in occult, but strengthen the moon because the moon is weakened in this position. Moon Rahu in the 9th house, you are attracted to foreign lands, foreign cultures, foreign philosophies, foreign religions, everything foreign. It's a big thing in your life. You can spend a lot of time traveling the world with this Moon Rahu, but if it is afflicted, there can be disturbances, particularly in your education and in the relationship with your father. Moon Rahu in the 11th gives a dramatic fluctuation in your income over life. Sometimes it's really high and sometimes there's virtually nothing coming in at all. Such fluctuations can be seen. You can gain actually from public work. Anywhere where you are doing service to the public or politics could be extremely favorable for you. Watch out though for your friendship network circles. Moon Rahu could show deception in them, and you are very sensitive to people around you. Surround yourself with positive people, as I say. Moon Rahu in the 12th house, a very impressionable, kind and caring person. You do well in any helping profession. You have so much energy to give to helping others. But here's the thing, you can become drained of your own energy through other people. Watch the company you keep, just like the 11th house position. Make sure you have positive people around you. And you need time alone to refresh your batteries. You need a meditation or some form of practice where you are able to rid your mind of negative psychic impressions. And finally, watch expenses. Maybe you need someone else to take control of your finances because sometimes it just completely gets out of control. Now, a very special remedy for you, everybody. This is in addition to the normal remedies of the moon, which are to fast on a Monday, give up milk products on a Monday minimum, and of course don't eat meat on a Monday, and give in charity vegetarian food. All these will strengthen your moon. But this remedy is something in addition to that will definitely help you. You should see the full moon every month reflected in a large body of water. Now, that's not possible for most of us. So simply what you have to do is get a plate of water which you hold just below eye level, and in that plate you see the reflection of the moon. This can be done inside through a window, but it's especially powerful done outside. You are holding up this very shallow, by the way, don't use a bowl or you won't see the moon reflected, just a shallow plate of water where you can see the full moon's reflection. And into that reflection you chant the following mantra: Om Tat Sat. Simple mantra. These 3 words have great power, enormous power to purify your mind and to strengthen the moon in your chart. In this way, the moon can overcome the nefarious influence of Rahu. So strengthen your moon as much as you can every month by chanting this mantra, looking at the reflection of the full moon in water, as I've shown you. And actually, Om Tat Sat can be said any time quietly in meditation to strengthen your moon. On your screen right now, check out the house positions of Rahu Ketu to understand more about this Moon Rahu conjunction. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now, and God bless everyone.